Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Physics Tricks. So let's start with solution of homework problem which I gave in DPP3 and DPP4. So if you want problems of DPP3 and DPP4, you can go into the description and click on the link. So see here, this is the sixth problem which we have from the DPP3. So it is, what is the average velocity of particle projected from the ground with speed u at an angle alpha with the horizontal over a time interval from the beginning till it strikes the ground. Okay, so over here it is given, this is the projectile, suppose, which is thrown at some angle theta with respect to horizontal, and it will go and strike the ground, suppose. Then we want what is the average velocity. So whatever velocity over here is the same velocity over here we have, and as the horizontal velocity component will never change, so this angle we have, that is with respect to horizontal, will be theta. So this is u cos theta we have, and this is u sin theta we have. Likewise over here u sin theta we have, and here u cos theta we have. Now whenever we have uniformly accelerated motion, the average velocity we have is initial velocity vector plus final velocity vector divided by 2. Now what is the initial velocity vector? U bar is equal to, we have, it is u cos theta is in I hat plus u sin theta is in j hat, and final velocity vector we have is u cos theta, it will never change, it is in I hat, plus u sin theta, it is in minus j hat, as you can see over here. So therefore average velocity we have is initial velocity vector, that is u cos theta I hat plus u sin theta j hat, plus the final velocity vector, that is u cos theta I hat minus u sin theta j hat, divided by what is called as 2. So this get cancelled. So therefore average velocity we have is 2 u cos theta divided by 2 in I hat, so which is equal to u cos theta in I hat. So whenever you wanted to calculate the average velocity between the 2 points which are at the same height, then it is always equal to u cos theta. So if I ask what is the average velocity between the point A and this B, you have to blindly say the average velocity between the A and B is u cos theta. So average velocity for a particle which is at the same height will be always equal to u cos theta. So I hope this is clear. Now the next problem which we have is the velocity of projectile when at its greatest height is root 2 by 5 of its velocity when half of their greatest heights. Then find the angle of projection. Okay, so over here now it is given, this is the angle of projection theta supposed to be, and it is given the velocity of projectile when at its greatest height as in this one. So at greatest height it will have only the u cos theta as the velocity, is root 2 by 5 of its velocity when half of their greatest height. So half of their greatest height, this is h by 2 and this is h we can consider. So at this point we have the velocity is v. So if you consider the horizontal component, it is always equal to u cos theta, but the vertical component we want supposed to be, right? Okay, no problem. So over here what they gave is velocity at the greatest point is u cos theta is equal to root 2 by 5 times the velocity at the height h by 2. So that velocity we have is u cos theta in I hat plus v in j hat. Okay, no problem. Now we want what is the angle of projection. Okay, so angle of projection we want. So to find v now, we have the initial velocity as u sine theta, final velocity as v, and height we know h by 2. So therefore, to find v by using the third kinematical equation, so v squared minus u squared sine squared theta is equal to what is called as the 2 into g into h by 2. So h divided by 2. So 2 get cancelled. Now it is v squared minus u squared sine squared theta is equal to g into u squared sine squared theta divided by 2g. This is the maximum height formula we have. G get cancelled. So v squared is equal to we have, and that is u squared sine squared theta is common, and we have this is 2 divided by 3. 1 by 2 plus 1 is 3 divided by 2. Okay, so this is v squared we have. So therefore, if you put in the formula, we have u cos theta is equal to root 2 by 5 times, take the magnitude of this term, it will be root of u squared cos squared theta plus v squared as in u squared sine squared theta into 3 by 2 whole root. So if you just take the common now, you can take the square, u squared cos squared theta is equal to root of 2 by 5, take u squared common, in bracket cos squared theta plus sine squared theta into 3 by 2 of this is also a square. So if you just find out now, this is u squared cos squared theta which is equal to 2 divided by 5 u squared, and this is cos squared theta plus sine squared theta divided by 2 into 3. Okay, now this u squared get cancelled, multiply by 2 by 5, you will get cos squared theta is equal to 2 by 5 cos squared theta plus 3 by 5 sine squared theta. Then if you just take this cos squared theta this side, so you will get this as 3 by 5 cos squared theta is equal to 3 by 5 sine squared theta. So this get cancelled. So therefore tan squared theta is equal to 1. So theta we have is equal to 45 degree. So I hope this is clear. Likewise, you can calculate if they give root of 5 by 3, whatever it is, right? So likewise, you have to follow the equations, right? Chalo, next problem. A body is projected with velocity 24 meter per second, right? One body is there which is projected with a velocity 24 meter per seconds and making an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. It is making an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. Find the angle made by direction of projectile with horizontal after 2 seconds. Okay. After 2 seconds, what is the direction of projectile with the horizontal we want? Okay. So firstly, we'll calculate the time of flight. It will be simple. 2u sine theta divided by g. So you will get 2 into what is u? 24 into what is sine theta? It is sine 30, which is 1 by 2. Into g we have is 10. That is what they wanted to take. So this 2 get cancelled. We'll have 2.4 seconds. 2.4 seconds indicates what? Indicates this projectile will be at a height of maximum height at 1.2 seconds. That indicates somewhere here we have this is the projectile. So with respect to horizontal, this is the angle alpha. Okay, no problem then. So after 2 seconds, what is the initial and the final velocity we'll calculate. So we have, this is the initial velocity 24 cos 30. This will never change, but this will change, that is 24 sine 30 degree. So therefore initial velocity along the horizontal vertical is 12 meter per second. Final velocity along the vertical we want in a time t is equal to 2 seconds. Let's calculate. So Vy is equal to Uy 12 minus 10 into 2, 20, which is equal to minus 8 meter per seconds. So at this point vertical velocity we have, and that is 8 meter per seconds, and the horizontal velocity will never change. It will be 12 root 3. Now we can calculate tan alpha. Tan alpha is equal to vertical 8 divided by horizontal 12 root 3. So we have 4 2s are 4 3s are. Then alpha is equal to tan inverse 2 divided by 3 root 3 will be the answer. So I hope this is clear. 2 divided by 3 root 3 will be the answer for alpha. So next problem. A particle is thrown over a triangle from one end of a horizontal base and grazing the vertex falls on the other end. If alpha and beta be the base angles and theta be the angle of projection, prove that tan theta is equal to tan alpha plus tan beta. So over here, this is the projectile given, which is thrown with respect to horizontal at an angle of theta, and it grazes, supposed to be to the vertex of vertex falls on the other end, vertex of any vertical height h we can say, it falls on the other end. So if you take base angle alpha and beta for the given triangle, we want what is the relation between theta, alpha and beta. Now we know that this is the horizontal, maximum horizontal distance traveled by the projectile is called as the range. Then we have what is called as the this is the height which h we have. So if we consider this distance as x, tell me what is this distance? This is r minus x, isn't it? So what is tan alpha over here? Tan alpha is equal to h divided by x. Tan beta is equal to h divided by r minus x. So we want what is tan alpha plus tan beta, and that is equal to h divided by x plus h divided by r minus x. So if you just take h common and cross multiply it, r minus x plus x divided by x r minus x. So x's get cancelled and we'll have tan alpha plus tan beta is equal to hr divided by x in bracket r minus x. So this is the tan alpha plus tan beta. Now we want what is the tan theta right now. So therefore tan theta we know by equation of trajectory. We can write y is equal to x tan theta. Y is equal to x tan theta minus gx squared divided by 2u squared cos squared theta. So therefore take x tan theta common, then we'll get x tan theta in bracket 1 minus x common, so it is gx divided by 2u squared cos squared theta into tan theta. Now cos squared theta into tan theta is nothing but cos theta into sin theta, isn't it? X tan theta in bracket 1 minus gx divided by 2u squared cos squared theta into sin theta by cos theta is nothing but tan theta. So this get cancelled Therefore we can have y is equal to, finally, x tan theta in bracket 1 minus gx divided by 2 sin theta cos theta is sin 2 theta, u squared sin 2 theta. So u squared sin 2 theta divided by g is nothing but a range. So y is equal to x tan theta in bracket 1 minus x divided by r, range. Okay, no problem. So therefore at y is equal to h, we have x is equal to x. So from this, if we calculate the value of tan theta, h is equal to x tan theta in bracket r minus x divided by r. So if you just take tan theta, then we'll get hr divided by x in bracket r minus x. So this is the tan theta we have. And what is tan alpha plus tan beta? hr divided by x in bracket r minus x. So this is equation number 2 supposed to be. This is equation number 1 supposed to be. Then therefore by equation 1 and 2 we can write tan alpha plus tan beta is equal to tan theta. So I hope this is clear. Now the next expression we have, next question we have, a particle is projected with velocity v0 is given 100 meter per second at an angle 37 degree. Okay, one particle is there which is projected at an angle with a velocity 100 meter per second at an angle 37 degree. Find velocity of particle after 2 seconds. Okay, after 2 seconds, angle between initial velocity and the velocity after 2 seconds, the maximum height reached by projectile, a horizontal range, and the total time of flight. Okay, so firstly we'll calculate velocity of particle after 2 seconds. How to calculate velocity of particle after 2 seconds? Firstly, find out the time of flight. Time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. 2 into u is 100 into sin 37 is 3 by 5 divided by g, and that is 10. So 0 0 get cancelled, 5 2s are, so you will get time of flight as 12 seconds. So total time of flight we have is 12 seconds, indicates ball is somewhere here. So horizontal velocity will never change, it will be 100 cos 37, 100 into 4 by 5, which is 80 meter per second. So this will be same, only this one, that is the vertical component of the velocity we want. So vertical component of the velocity is vy is equal to uy, that is 100 sin 37, it is 60 minus 10 into, what is the time? Time we have is 2, so which is equal to 60 minus 20, which is equal to 40 meter per seconds. Okay, 40 meter per second. So therefore velocity vector after 2 seconds is, we have 80 meter per second in I hat and plus 40 meter per second in j hat. This is the final velocity vector after 2 seconds. What is the initial velocity vector? We have 80 in I hat plus 60 in j hat. Okay, now we want angle between initial velocity and the velocity after 2 seconds. Okay, so how to find angle between any two vectors? Take the dot product, v bar dot u bar is equal to, if you take the dot product of this two, 80 I hat plus 40 j hat dot with 80 I hat plus 60 j hat, then we'll get, it is 80 squared plus 60 into 40. Now if you just calculate the value, 6400 plus 2400, which is equal to 0088, so 8800 we have. Now take the magnitude of v bar. V bar magnitude we have is root of 6400 plus 1600, that is 8000, right? And into, what is the magnitude of u bar? It is 100 only, into cosine of angle between them. This get cancelled. So cos theta we have 88 divided by, this is root 8 into 10, है which is equal to, this is 22 divided by 5 root 8, which is 11 divided by 5 root 2. So if you just calculate this, you will get theta is cos inverse 11 divided by 5 root 2. Now what is 5 root 2? This is approximately equal to 11 divided by 5 root 2, as in 5 into 1.414. So we have, this is equal to cos inverse 11 divided by this is approximately equal to 7, we can write. So I hope this is clear. Cos inverse 11 divided by 7 is the answer for this question. The maximum height reached by the projectile. Okay, how to find the maximum height? Maximum height is u squared sine squared theta divided by 2g. So this is the third answer we have. Second answer is this one. First answer is this one. Third answer, now maximum height u squared. What is u squared over here? U squared is 100 squared. So this is 100 into 100 into sine squared theta. Sine squared theta is sine 37 whole squared will be 9 divided by 25 divided by 20. So this 0 get cancelled. 25 4s are. So you will get, this is 5. 4 into 5 into 9. So h we have 5 4s are 20, 180 meter. So this is the answer for the third question. Now the fourth question, horizontal range, total time of flight. Horizontal range we have. Fourth one, r tan theta is equal to 4h. So from this, r range is equal to 4 into 180 divided by tan of 37. Tan of 37 is 3 by 4. So which is equal to 16 into 90. So range we have is equal to 16 into 60. It's not 90, right? 60. So 16 6 is 96 meter, 960 meter. And the last one, fifth one, we have is the total time of flight. So time of flight we have calculated, and that is here only 12 seconds, right? So that is t is equal to 12 seconds. So I hope this is clear. Now the next problem, and it is, the coach throws a baseball to a player with an initial speed 20 meter per second at an angle 45 degree. Okay, so it is given 20 meter per second at an angle 45 degree. At the moment the ball is thrown, the player is 50 meter. Okay, so it is 50 meter away. This is the player. Okay, at what speed and in which direction must the player run to catch the ball? Okay, so for that we need the range. Range is equal to, we know, u squared sine 2 theta divided by g. So what is u squared? 400 into sine 2 theta is 1 divided by g is 10. So 0 0 get cancelled. We have 40 meter as the range. That means this ball will be at this point, right? At this point, that is at a distance of 40 meter from the coach. But from this boy, it will be at a distance of 10 meter, right? Okay. Now, what is the time of flight? Time of flight we have is 2u sine theta by g. Now, why to calculate time of flight? See, if we know the time of flight, then and only then we can calculate at what speed this boy has to run, so that that ball will be catched by this person, this player. 2u sine theta. 2u is 20 into sine theta. We have sine 45, 1 by root 2 divided by g, and that is 10. So this 0 get cancelled. We'll have this is 2 root 2 seconds. Now in the same time he has to reach over here. So distance he has to travel is 10 meter. Time he has to he has is 2 root 2 seconds. So speed must be distance by time. So which is equal to 10 divided by 2 root 2, which is equal to 5 divided by root 2 meter per second. So this must be the speed of this person, so that he catches the ball. Next, this is the 8th problem. A ball is thrown horizontally from a point 100 meter above the ground. Okay. So 100 meter above the ground, one ball is thrown horizontally, right, with a speed of 20 meter per second. With a speed of 20 meter per second. The height of the tower is given, and that is 100 meter. The horizontal distance it travels before reaching the velocity and the time. Okay, so time we know. Firstly, time I'll calculate. Time is equal to root of 2h divided by g, which is equal to root of 2 into 100 divided by 10. So this 0 get cancelled. We have root of 20, and that is 2 root 5 seconds is the time. Second one, the horizontal distance range we have is initial velocity into time. So initial velocity is 2 root 5 into time we have is 2 root 5 into what is the initial velocity? 20. So which is 40 root 5 meter is the horizontal distance. And third one, the velocity with which it strikes the ground. So velocity we have is initial velocity in the what we can say horizontal direction will be 20 I hat, and the final velocity in the vertical direction, as you can see, it will be in the downward direction. So it will be 0 into g into t, whatever it is. So it will be 10 into 2 root 5. It is like 20 root 5 in minus j hat. So if they want the magnitude of it, it will be root of 400 plus 400 into 5. So if you just take 400 common, it will be 20 root 6 meter per second is the answer. So I hope this is clear. Now the next problem. A particle moves in xy plane given y is equal to this one. Y is equal to bx minus cx squared. We want velocity of particle at the origin. Okay. Now we want what is the velocity of particle at the origin. So we have b is equal to tan theta. Now why b is equal to tan theta? Because we can compare this with y is equal to x tan theta minus gx squared divided by 2u squared cos squared theta. So b is tan theta and c is g divided by 2u squared cos squared theta. So I hope this is clear, right? Now we want what is called as the velocity of particle at the origin. Okay, that is the initial velocity we want. Chalo. Now can we write u as just a minute. This is c, and that is equal to g divided by 2 cos square theta into 1 by u squared. So u we can write it as root of g divided by 2c cos square theta. 2c cos square theta. Now cos square theta we can write. Therefore cos square theta how we can write? Tan theta we know. Tan theta is b divided by 1. So this must be b square plus 1. So what is cos square theta? Cos theta it is 1 divided by this one. So u is equal to root of g divided by 2 cos square theta is 1 divided by b squared plus 1. Why? Because cos theta is adjacent by the hypotenuse b squared plus 1. Okay. Now u is equal to, we have root of this is c is always there, root of g b squared plus 1 divided by 2c. So this is the answer in terms of g, c and b. So I hope this is clear. So this is very simple. Now the last problem which we have is a particle is projected from the ground with velocity 50 meter per second at an angle of 37 degree. Find the velocity and displacement after 2 seconds. Okay, after 2 seconds horizontal velocity will never change. So firstly find out time of flight. 2u sin theta by g. 2 into u is 50 into sin 37 is 3 by 5 divided by g is 10. So this is 10 0 0 get cancelled. We'll have 6 seconds. Indicates at 3 seconds it will be at highest point. So 2 seconds it will be left hand side of the highest point. Okay. So horizontal velocity will never change. It will be 550 cos 37. It is 40 meter per second. And vertical velocity will be 50 sin 37. It will be 30 meter per second. Okay. And this 30 meter per second initially minus g into t. G is 10 into t is 2. So we'll have 30 minus 20, 10 meter per second in the upward direction. So velocity vector we have is 40 in I hat plus 10 in j hat, which is equal to, if you want supposed to be the magnitude, it will be 1600 plus 100. So you will get root of 1700. So V bar magnitude you will have 10 root 17 meter per seconds. Okay, so I hope this is clear. And the displacement vector, yes, displacement vector will be very simple, Sx in I hat plus Sy in j hat. Sx will never change, it will be same, and that will be like, it will change with respect to time, but the velocity will never change. So it will be like 40 in 2 seconds, it will be 2 I hat plus Sy will be, we have 10, it's not 10, 30, no, so I will be 30, yes, 30 into t, right, whatever t is 2, minus 1 by 2 into g is 10 into t squared is 4 in j hat. So whatever this calculation is now, 80 in I hat plus this is 60 minus 20, so it is 40 in j hat. And if you want the magnitude of displacement, you will get root of 1600 plus 6400, you will get root of 8000, and that is 10 root 8, which is 20 root 2 meter. This is the displacement and this is the velocity vector. So I hope all these answers are clear to you all. If anyone has any doubt, they can always comment in the comment box. I'll try to reply to that comment as soon as possible. Thank you so much.